All right, welcome back. So we just completed the NFL draft, a draft where we already admitted we was not completely happy with. We had a good running back pick, but besides that, it was a tough draft for us, if I ain't mistaken. Can I look at the view contract details? I don't care about the contract details. I care about the player overalls here. See if we can pull them up here. 21st pick was Malcolm Reed. And, you know, we got Steven Smart then afterwards, getting a lot of money to not do a lot. Let's be completely honest here. Wide receiver who has about a 69 on the rating, which is not good. So unfortunate there. There was a guy who was trying to get it. Was he's Jacksonville, right? He's on Jacksonville. Let's see if we can take a look at Jacksonville. It should bring up now. I want to see his overall. It was Antonio Montgomery. They took him right after we took our 21st pick. Was trying to think about getting him in the 25th, you know, for that right end position in the 25th overall pick. Maybe we could have considered trading up in the draft for that pick. We'll see. Let's take a look here. 73 with hidden potential. Oh, jeez. That's not good. That was the guy we wanted. That was our right end. 73 hidden potential. You know what we're going to do, though? Let's see. 73 hidden potential. Let's see if we can trade for him. You think I'm kidding? Now, we're going to try to. As soon as we advance the week here, we have multiple draft picks this year that, quite frankly, they weren't good to me. I think we caught a couple busts. The wide receiver was a hope and pray type of situation. Oh, how ironic. We played the Jaguars in the first preseason game of the season. But I do think we can go out there and we don't need all these players though. I do think we can go out there and possibly trade for him. Can we check out the rest of the draft? I forget who else we drafted now. My team, depth, roster, adjustment, acquisitions, probably. That's not what I'm looking for. Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought it'd show our previous. Where in the heck is that? Previous salaries, acquisitions, roster, depth. There's a news button somewhere, right? Transactions. I was thinking acquisitions. Transactions is the word we're looking for here. Bengals. We took the punter, 4 years, 2.6 mil contract. It's pretty good for a punter, really. A lot of them get paid good money, so we get him for, you know, $500K a year too. Can't beat that. Jeremy Herndon. It was Sean Ward, Steven Smart, Sean Ward. Guys, we can talk about walking out the door here. I think if we can make this trade happen. I mean, we're asking for a lot here, trying to pick up a right end from these guys. But I want to see, just in case, it's possible they go out there and trade him. Possibly they don't give us the time of day, to be quite honest. It's our first overall pick, and he was a good first overall pick. Josh, look at Jalen Ramsey. Look at this defense, as if they want to pass up and, you know, give away defensemen. Montgomery, 23 years old. Like I said, I think we're taking a chance here. So he's a 73 overall. Let's take a look at the card. That is not how you take a look at the card. We'll go and actually take a look at the card the proper way. It would be view player card. That button. There you go. Good for you. You're learning. This is like 35 Madden episodes in. You're finally learning the controls. Good for you. 80 on the finesse, 84 speed, 82 acceleration, and power moves could use some work. The block shedding's a 71. But again, he's got that hidden potential. That's what's important here. 500 snaps later, we'll see what that potential is. He is 23. Of one thing to be concerned about is that age. Oh, we got to put him back on the trade block there. But besides that, I mean, we're talking about a successor to Carlos Dunlap here. And I think he could be the guy. So it was a wide receiver first, which was Steven Smart. So we'll see what these guys are looking at, just to see how this is look. The trade would be put the other team over the salary cap if accepted. Try making a better. How does that make us over the salary cap? What are we not paying this guy? His cap it's 2.36 and this is 900K. He must be getting more down the road. So we'll throw on. We have to throw in another pick here, which would be, what was that? The CB. I think Sean Ward wasn't too bad. How was he? He was 71. We'll take a look at that player card. 71. Nah, he's not. He's got a bronze potential. So we can walk him out the door too. Now, will that make this trade better? They don't want either. This trade put the team over the salary cap if accepted. How is that putting us over the salary cap still? I don't quite understand what we're looking at here from a salary cap perspective. Who is our other pick? Do we have two kickers? We shouldn't have two kickers, right? One punter. Yeah, perfect. One punter, one kicker. Strong safeties. We don't need short. See, these guys are being walked out the door. I think that may be problems too, because we are in the preseason and all these guys are still in a team. Is that affecting us? Possibly. Let me take a look here. That could be the issue here. Let's go ahead and sim up a couple. I'm afraid to sim up a couple weeks though, because that makes his trade value go even higher. But if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. So we're going to go over here to the depth chart, and we'll see if this is the answer. It might not be the answer. We'll find out, I guess. Drew Lock is 70 overall. Who's our lower overalls here? Rushing, you can be cut. We do not need you. I'm looking at the depth chart. I can't release you from here. I thought I could. All right, we'll go to the depth chart then. We'll go to the depth chart and release you from there. I'm pretty sure we can release you from there if we pull up your name. So here we go. Oh, yeah, look at Reed. Love the hidden potential. Rushing. Yes, sir. We'll release you right here and right there. I think that said nothing about cap space, though, so I don't think that actually did help us anyway at all. Slayton, you are not staying on this team. Not at a 57 overall, but we will take a look here and get a second look at this release. We'll free up 200k in cap space. Are you sure you want to release this player? Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. I think we're still going to have to sim up a week because it always takes a week to refresh the cap space area. But we do not need third string guards and tackles. There's no doubt about that. We have Redmond and we have Little. If something crazy were to happen where we lose multiple offensive linemen, I guess we'd just be screwed. But we're screwed anyway if we have to rock a 58 overall. So we just get rid of these guys right here, right now. 270k out the door as well. That should get us... We have a little bit... What do we have? 59. So we have to drop 6 more guys that need to be cut. Ward talking about trading you, not Ward, but you know what I mean. Let's take a look here. Can we go? We have nobody. We have abso-freaking-lutely nobody we can drop here. There's got to be more guys. Is it in the middle linebacker position? Herndon is our lower guy. I don't like seeing that. Pratt, okay, there we go. Thurman can be walked out the door. We don't need him. That is a guy we do not need. Thurman. Remember Odell Thurman? Bengals came up that one year, had a solid season. And what was it? Him, Chris Henry, and the boys, they all went out there and, you know, they enjoyed their marijuana just a little bit too much. I think that was a Thurman thing, right? Was he part of that? I feel like he was one of those guys that got suspended for that. And he never came back the same. Crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and sim up. We'll go ahead and start the training here. We'll see we're going to train this season as well. Malcolm Reed, of course, we do want to trade our running back. We are not trading a punter. I apologize, but that's just, it's not going to happen. See some guys we can take a look at here. X Factor star. Gunnar Williamstone, 83 at 27. 24-year-old Stuart Manning. I might still continue to go out there and progress Stuart Manning. Lorenzo Massey's a 79 overall. I mean, we could do that for the offensive line, but we do pretty well upgrading our offensive line throughout the season, I think, when it comes to just the manual, deep pass, vertical stuff we run. I don't see anybody else out here. 22, Sean Ward. Is Sean Ward on here? Herndon is. So, yeah, Sean Ward... for now is going to be a guy we're going to focus on. If he gets traded, obviously we're not going to focus on him. Then Herndon is the other guy. So that looks good there. And we might have to actually start training the running backs now, though, right? Because we have to worry about growing our running back in Reed over there. But for now, we're just going to sim this up real quick with the good old deep pass and verticals. Keep working on him. Wide receivers. Maybe we can upgrade, you know, some of our guys we're trying to trade here real quick. See if a guy, who is that guy? I can't even remember his name. He's so important right now. Stuart Manning. Man, that's our cornerback. What is the guy's name? Sean Ward. Steven. Sean Ward's a CB. Steven, you're on here, Steven. I know it. I had to pass you up. Steven Smart. Steven Smart's the guy I'm thinking of. All right, perfect. So let's get this. At the end of the day, as concerned as I am at the same time, and we're looking good still. We got an 87 overall, 89 offense, 87 defense. We're just getting to that point where we've brought it up. Our window of winning a championship right now, it's really tight because we are against the cap. And at the same time, we have some younger guys that need signed or some older guys that are walking away. It's a tough dilemma we're in right now, but that should have opened up some cap space for us. Should it have not? We must be in some serious... Okay, we have 9... Oh, that's why. We're at negative 2.3 in cap space as of this moment. I don't know why they're even allow us to have this team. So we need to move some cap in general. Carl Lawson, Sam Hubbard. Lawson might be the guy that has to walk out the door. Dexter Lawrence, Gardner. You're what? Oh, it's Gardner. Okay, I was about to say 7 mil a year for Gardner. Are you kidding me? That makes sense. Okay, Baker's 10 mil. That is a lot for Michael Baker. And then Jordan Willis. He should not be getting 4 mil a year. That is the problem, I think. But again, we're playing with depth right now. If we want to move cap, it's going to be later in the year because you don't want to go out there and obviously trade these guys and have an injury pop up. And then we're screwed, to say the very least. All right, so linebacker is Polite. Polite's making 7 mil a year. That'd be a guy that'd be nice to move. But the defense, he's been great. He was really good for us last year. Manning, Jackson. Jackson might actually be the guy we walk at the door here and then get Ward some playing time. I don't know if I can do that, though. Give us, we have the 82, 84. But you go out there in the nickel, you bring out 3 CBs, and that's concerning. But that is what we're going to have to look at here is moving William Jackson. And we're going to have to work with it. We're over the cap at the end of the day. We don't have a choice. So we have to try to work with that. We're going to go Jackson for our left end friend here, who is not, is a right end friend. We'll get it correct here. And Antonio Montgomery once again. We'll send that trade. This team would not be accepted because they're over the salary cap. What are you talking about? Oh, wow. We were over the salary cap by 330K still. Okay, so we have to drop. Again, we can drop Steven or whatever his name is. The Steven guy. Steven Smart, we'll get it right eventually. That should give us cap space, right? Yeah, there we go. What do you think about that? This trade will put the other team over the cap. All right, now we're just having issues. Okay, so this ain't gonna work for us. We can't move them because of salary cap issues. That is a bummer. I'd like to see what the trade would be. We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone, I guess. I don't want to leave it alone now. Is there somebody else? We're such in salary cap difficulty right now. Is there a player out there? We can't even do it with the Jaguars. It'd have to be another team. Let's see if I can find a CB out there we can trade for. That's got a little bit of a lower cap hit. All right, so here's going to be the move. I'm taking a look at this cap space issue, and we got to make it work. I think Jonah Williams is $9 million right now. He's a lot, and you look at our left tackle position, we drafted Robinson to replace him, right? He's a 78 overall. I think he can fill that void, and he's a lower on a cap hit type of guy. I love Jonah Williams, but we're in such a big cap issued area right now, so we can almost get a second from the Bears. We'll throw on a draft pick. We'll throw on, I don't know, a fifth. Well, fifth, the job done here for you guys. Williams a fifth for a second. Yeah, that'll get it. Okay, so there's a second round pick. Jonah Williams, that is so cheap for our tight end. I don't even know why we ever drafted. I mean, we just 83 overall for a second round pick. I could trade that every single year. Why even take a chance in a draft on one, right? But now we can go back and we have $3 million cap space. And I don't know why I want this Montgomery guy so bad, but I really want this Montgomery guy so bad. So we're going to go back and take a look at him. And we're going to see if we can make a trade happen here now that we have some cap space. So he is a right end. That is a right guard. That is completely opposite side of the field there. Actually, opposite side of the line of scrimmage, but who's counting? So Montgomery, we're going to throw you there. And then we will talk about... I still want to see what they would think if we would throw them Steven Smart. Just to take a look at the trade-off. Right? I mean, that's going to make us cap space. Let's see what they're thinking there. Not even close. Steven Smart holds no trade value. So I don't think that's actually going to end up working for us there, unfortunately. I thought I'd give it a try, see what they're thinking, but I don't think we're going to be able to talk them into actually giving us a decent player. Sean Ward, I mean, we'll throw him on just to see what they have to say there. And no, but at the end of the day, we had to make some cap space. We was $4 million over the cap. Jonah Williams had to go, so we're gonna deal with what we have. We're gonna do it with what we have. We're gonna go ahead and sim up until the regular season, and we'll catch you guys back here when we get that completed. All right, here we are, week number 1, ready to rock and roll. Better set the goal again. High expectations. We're expecting to make playoffs, so we have that taken care of there. And again, we'll take a look at the lineup. We have our 53-man roster completed here. Had a couple of guys get a few upgrades there. Fromm still at 89, Mixon still at 91, Boyd still at 91. Wallace, same story. The offensive line now without Jonah Williams, a big part of this offense for many years, being replaced by Robinson over here, but I think he's going to be a good replacement. I think Billy Price is the next guy we think about replacing at a 78 overall at his age. We just talked about it. We can literally trade away a second or a third round draft pick and pick up a solid or a solid linebacker or whatever this thing is. We can't speak this morning. It's just not a speaking day. Whatever, you know, offensive line. That's what we need here. And then Rafferty and then Wirfs. So I think we can go down that route. We can look for a solid guy that was drafted. And we can go and say, here's a second round pick for your normal potential lineman because they don't give them good potentials, whatever. So that could work out for us there. Stuart Manning, 82. Baker, 85. Gardner, 81. 84 out of Lawrence. Carl Lawson, again, we talk about him. Duval's up to an 85. I forgot to mention that. Duval hit the 85 overall range. Bates, still around from where you're polite. We talked about paying him a lot of good money. And then Khaleke Hudson, an 85. That linebacking corp, a lot better than it's been in years past. Honker, no, Gadsden's gonna play. I don't like how they keep thinking I want to put Hooker there instead of Gadsden. Like, Gadsden is not backing up Jesse Bates as much as you guys want to see it happen over here at EA. It's not happening. They change up for us every time. We're gonna make him play. It's not his position, I guess. It's not his natural position. So, like, you know what? You don't have to play it if you don't want to. But, you know, he's gonna play it. And he's gonna like it. Jesse Bates, Gadsden. So he's gonna play safety. We're gonna put you here. Gadsden there. You can go here. That is perfect. That should do her. Gadsden getting there, playing some strong safety. The defense is nice. The offense is nice. Team's nice. Big game to start the year against an ever so powerful Cleveland Browns team. An 87 overall nonetheless themselves. Thursday night football. I don't know what we did to deserve the opening game of the NFL season, but these Bengals and Browns got it nonetheless. Do they not normally do a Super Bowl team Thursday? Is that not a thing? Super Bowl team normally plays Thursday night? Browns might have won a Super Bowl. Who am I kidding? I didn't look. The Browns could have very well won the Super Bowl, and we just get to be here for the banner hanging. Hopefully, though, we can rain on that parade if that is the case. Thursday night ball, nonetheless, in Cleveland. A place we are all too familiar with here. Bengals, Browns, let's do this. Bengals got the ball early. That's a first down. Tylan Wallace driving on this Browns defense. Something you like seeing done early. Avoiding the run game so far. 4 straight passes. There's a sack on by Nikadish. And an incomplete passer on second down. Still yet to run the ball. And there's probably another penalty on Wirfs. That time for 5 yards. Third and forever. Bengals not going to pick that up. We talked about them driving. And then the drive just stalled out. A punt that could have been better. It must have been a touch. No, it wasn't a touchback because he returned it for 9 yards. Okay, so it was a good punt. We're keeping an eye on the punter after last season. So he kicked it at the 10, right where you needed it. He just returned it for 9 yards. Good for him. John Norwell, 1st and 15. Browns going to run the ball with Nick Chubb, seeing they do not have Kareem Hunt no more. I think Kareem Hunt is giving up touchdown passes. Sick. Jarvis Landry, 49 yards. That guy's got to be like 30, 33, 34 years old right now. Who is Kareem Hunt? Is it Baltimore? I remember seeing his name somewhere. Elliott is on Pittsburgh. I want to say Hunt is on Baltimore. 9 yards from Mixon there. Finally getting a run game involved. Bengals down 7-0 against these Browns early. 8-yard rush for Mixon again. They're going to go for another run. This offense seems very... You know what we got to do? We got to set our schemes for the season. I forgot completely about that. This offense, though, seems very like, oh, we're going to run the ball the entire time. We're going to pass the ball the entire time. No in between here. 7 yards. It's a 10-yard reception. Jarvis Landry killing us again. There we go, getting Jarvis for 2 yards back there, though. Probably a bubble screen that didn't work. Bengals stopping the Browns after about 4 plays. We need to score here on these Browns. Entering the second quarter. Bengals down 7. 4th and 1. I think you got to go for it here. You're in no man's land. Bengals they did go for it. Who am I kidding? It was 4th down right there. And they picked it, or they didn't get it. Baker Mayfield picking up the 8-yard there. Nick Chubb after the OBJ reception. 12 to Austin Hooper. So that's some familiar names here. We're getting late into the cycle here. We're about 8 years in. 7, 8 years in. We got a lot of familiar faces right now. Browns blowing the Bengals out early, though. 14-0. Need a score here, or it could get ugly. 2nd and 12. Big pickup there of 7 by Joe Mixon. Bengals going to get the first. This Browns defense, they're good. They're good. That's all I can say. That's all I got to say about that. And we have no answer for them right now. We are getting completely obliterated by this Cleveland Browns team. Finally, 50 seconds left. Bengals with a little bit of life. Touchdown. Tylan Wallace drove down the field there. Hopefully that was not too much time left on the clock, though, for the Browns. Looks like they're going to kill the clock. Third quarter is underway, though. Browns going to get the ball early. A big penalty by Alex Gardner. They can pretty much put this game on ice if we can't stop them here. And there's a big first down right there. 25, Eduardo Enriquez. We had a chance. We had a chance to get back in this game. Bengals just turned the ball over there. Bengals going to lose this game by a lot. A lot. Down 25 points to these Brownies. I talk bad about them, but you know what? They're getting some garbage time points right now. 17 to 35. Only down by 18. Still a 3-possession game. Still all but over, but you know what? We can pad the stats, I guess, or run the ball in 3rd and 10. That'll work too. Bengals said, let's just get out of Cleveland, or run the ball and end it, please and thank you. 3rd and 19. Baker Mayfield incomplete pass. The defense showing up here in the 4th, but again, I talk about it. I don't know how much this Browns offense is trying and just being conservative right now. Nonetheless, though, Bengals driving down the field. Like I said, padding the stats to say the very least. Down by 11 with 2 minutes left. Going for the onside kick. It looked like they're not getting it. That should put this game on ice. Who knows, though? Bengals going to get the ball back one more time here. Driving down the field. They need a field goal and a touchdown. And there's the touchdown. 30 seconds left. An onside kick. And all of a sudden, this game could get interesting. Here we go. Bengals kickoff. Onside kick recovered by Cleveland. That'll put the game on ice. Unbelievable, though. They made this a game. They made it a 3-point game. And what was, a 35-7 blowout? Made it within 3. So you know what? We showed some resiliency there. I was very concerned that we was going to go out there and get blown out. It was going to hurt the team morale. But at the end of the day, didn't do too bad. Jake Fromm, 52 passes, 382 yards, 1 INT. We remember that interception. That was what really knocked the door down. It was 35 points there. 18 for 71 out of Joe Mixon. 3.9 yards per carry. I like to see better than that. Wallace, 103. Ross, 75. Tyler Boyd, 80. Everybody got involved. 4 receivers out there. Did I see Disley, though? I don't think I seen Disley of all guys. Did they lock down Disley? I had 8-9 for 86. And he was great out there. Defense-wise, we had 3 tackle for losses by Michael Baker. Still playing great. Like I said, Polite's been great back there as well. Gadsden, Lawson as well. Same story. I think we got to the quarterback once. 1 sack all game. You can't have that. Alex Gardner, you got to put some pressure on him. Browns gonna win their opener though. Bengals gonna lose theirs. Not a big deal. 15 more games left in the season. I guess we're gonna go check out that scheme stuff too as well. We have some XP to blow. I don't know what we're gonna blow it on. We have a lot of stuff already spent, but I'm assuming we can go out there and find something to use it on. There isn't a lot. I'm being completely honest. When you look at the stuff, there's ain't a lot of stuff we're worried about. Shannon Sharp getting his second upgrade in about 2 weeks though. Good for him. 62 overall right now. We can get boost that up, be a solid backup. But let's take a look. My coach and yeah, schemes. What kind of schemes fit this offense? So the air raid is not something we're looking for this year. So we got Zach Taylor, good for us. See if any of these fit better. The air raid might actually be the best option for us right here. West Coast zone. Yeah, it's looking like it. The West Coast spread's pretty good. That doesn't help the halfback and a quarterback, but helps everybody else. Pistol, not so much. The air raid though. Who doesn't like it? The running back and one of the QB. Yeah, so they ain't a big deal. That's the one we want. The base 4-3 though, we'll look at that. It looks like again 80%. We don't have a lot of guys that go anywhere else. 3-4 Storm. We could I always forget about that. 1 year we can just start going heavier linebackers and we don't need to get a defensive tackle, just depending on where our team is. We'll stick with the base 4-3 for now though. Zach Taylor's playbook, that works. But yeah, every scheme we had actually was probably where we wanted it, to be completely honest. Spend coach XP just to take a look at what we have here. Expert scouting's maxed out. QB free agency, we don't need the free agency for influence and stuff, and not until we actually get to that point where we want to sign somebody. Resign influence, retirement influence. Again, we don't have anybody to resign right now. If it becomes a difficulty, then you know, when the resign phase comes up, we can talk about adding those. But for now, we have we got to get the running back training boost in there. Okay, perfect. Running back training boost, the tight end we're not worried about. Again, we'll get the punter in there. We'll just get it all in there. Forget about it. We have all this XP to spend. We might as well go out there and boost these stats. So we have all of our player progression stuff boosted out now. Good to have that taken care of. But we got some business to take care of here, fellas. 0-1 Bengals starting the season. Got the Bills in week 2, Browns in week 2. We play the Browns 2 of the first 3 weeks of the season. At the very least, we get the tough part of our schedule out of the way. The Bills, though, I wouldn't call them tough. They're 0-1. We're going to go ahead and start the weekly training, actually. And we have to talk about short passing. I want to get the running backs involved, but not a lot where it's hurting the rest of the team. Medium pass, running, hat count, inside zone. I want to get the running backs involved where it gets the offensive line involved, too. That's the thing. Gary Herndon, Sean Ward. I feel like that's a wasted XP on Sean Ward and Herndon. You know what? Let's look at what else we can put these guys on. I don't think they're going to be the answer to this team anytime soon, so we'll see if we can't help out. How about Stuart Manning? Why not? What about Stuart Manning? And then Gadsden's great. Is Gadsden under contract? Is it Baker? I think Baker's under contract, right? We signed him to a long-term deal. Let's boost Baker up. See how dirty we can make Baker, I think, right? Let's take a look here. Myron, no, we gotta go Myron Chapman. Gotta go Chapman. He's still 25. Or we can go Massey if we want to boost his offensive line play up a bit. But we usually do pretty well with training the offensive line pretty consistently here. So we'll go Gardner or Chapman. I think we go Gardner's older, so we should probably go Chapman there. Let's go Chapman. We'll go Chapman. We'll get that training out of the way there. And hopefully that is a little bit more wisely spending of our training points, to say the very least there. Because those 71s, I'd like to think they're going to work. They're just not. Let's be completely honest here. It ain't going to happen. We got player upgrades to work on. Malcolm Reed. That's what we want to see. That is what we want to see, is our running back. Now up to a 74. We can get him to that 80 range. 80 range by mid-season. You're talking possibly trading Joe Mixon away. I know it's something you don't want to do, but at the same time, let's sim up 1 week. This is our week. We're going to finish this week. We're going to see where we're going to be, and that'll conclude this episode. But the Bills. We got to beat the Bills, right? Got to beat the Bills? Yes, sir. Blew those Bills out. Like seeing that. Let's take a look at that box score real quick before we walk out of here. Bengals back to 1-1. Again, we talk about those Browns. They're just a tough team to play. Bills, though, 28-7. An absolute dominating performance by the Bengals. They had 69 rush yards. I think they threw the ball for 245 yards, so it wasn't terrible. We played well, I think, there from 92 rating. That doesn't say 92%. I was going to lose it. I almost lost it. Completions, 20 sacks. 150 yards, 2 TDs, 2 INTs from. We don't want to see those INTs, buddy. Get him out of the way early. Josh Allen, same story. 1 for 1 there. TDs to INTs. Take a look at, actually, I want to see how the Bills rush game did end up doing here. Who they had. It was Allen who led the team in rushing. All right, so we did great. Des Bryant. Okay, Diamond Bryant, whatever. 11 for 33. Mixon again, 20 for 78. 3.8 yards per carry. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Years past, he's been averaging well over 4 yards per carry. If he's starting to see a little decline there, we certainly don't want to wait until he declines before we ship him and walk him out the door. John Ross is having himself a season. For a guy we was talking about trading in the beginning of the season or in the offseason, 6 for 69. Another good game there by John Ross. And then Travion Williams, 2 for 47. Disley, 3 for 42. I want to see... Yeah, Reed get involved. There it is. 8 for 34. Good. Love seeing it. As I say, hopefully that ain't Williams getting involved back there. And he wasn't. Blocking as far as sacks allowed, just one. That was Del Little. What is Del Little doing playing right tackle for, though? That's the question. Somebody must have been tired that game. We'll make sure that is straightened out. Tackle is 10 for Gatson. Again, having a great performance there. We had no tackle for losses, 2 by Carl Lawson. 4 tackles. Did he have any sacks in there? Of course he did. Those both sacks. That's what Carl Lawson does. The Lawsonator, man. I love him. I can't trade Lawson. He's such a nice guy. He's been playing so well for us. But that's going to conclude this week's episode. As always, though, guys, if you enjoyed it, a big thumbs up, subscribe, appreciate it, never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.